we were headlining and we get sent this photo. Tom, that appears to be your foot in a cast. Yep.
And the knee down as well.
Yeah, it was a really bad ankle break, and he was skateboarding. We get that text and we're like, Tom, why have you done that? And he's like, oh, there's a new skate park opened by me and I had a spare half an hour, so I thought I'd just try it.
Songcake.
Went for the Songcake, Ben and Chris, Last Hounds, lovely band, good to see you. Did you have nicknames in school? Was it something awful?
Yeah, it was my initials, which didn't really help. First name being Ben, my middle name's Jason, so with my initials being BJ, you can take from that what you will.
What a superb start in life. And you? No? Yes?
No, I just had Chris.
Yeah. Look where you are now.
Yeah.
So was it school time where you first sort of started playing instruments, where you first sort of joined a band, or first sort of experimenting with music?
Yeah, I mean, I started playing drums when I was 13. I played clarinet before that, so there you go, classic.
Were you any good at clarinet?
No, not at all. Well, no, I was all right, to be fair.
I like when you just pulled that back suddenly. At least it wasn't the corda like everyone else played in school.
Yeah.
And you, where did you start?
Yeah, so at high school for me as well, but I originally wanted to play drums. I begged my parents for a drum kit and they said, look, we won't buy you a drum kit. We're not sure you're going to commit to learning something. I said, have a guitar, learn that, show us that you're going to commit to it. And I think, sheer spite, I was like, right, fine, I will learn it. I learned Enter Sandman just because my dad's a massive Metallica fan. I said, I can play Enter Sandman now.
So at that point, so just going back to that, so you wanted drums, you got some drums. What were your musical totems then? So you were like, what, teenagers, young teenagers? What kind of bands were you listening to then that made you want to pick up your instruments and play?
Green Day, Blink-182,
pop punk.
Yeah, Sum 41, just all that sort of stuff really, and then like I guess getting introduced to bands like Slipknot and stuff like that.
New metal was like huge, so like Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
I went to school dressed as Limp Bizkit once on a...
Well, all of them?
Just the one, just Fred.
Was it Wes Borland?
Yeah, imagine the look on the
teacher's face. A lot of makeup there, yeah.
I literally drew all over my arms in biro to pretend I had tattoos. So.
Did you?
Yeah.
And look what happened to you since.
Yeah.
That ink will come off, mate, I'm sure it will. Yeah,
it's just Bic, don't worry.
So it was all new metal stuff, and is that when you kind of segued into... Because did you form the band in college, is that right? Yeah.
Well, me and Mikey and James were in college together. We didn't form it then, we were in just different bands at that time.
Is that where Almost Never came from? Was it the band called Almost Never first?
Wow, that was you were digging.
I do my homework. I do my homework, sir.
So your band?
Yeah, even you didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, that was it was throughout high school again. We were like influenced by the likes of Enter Shikari.
Yeah.
I think Take to the Skies had not long been out, and we were like just mind blown that a band could like be heavy and have electronic influences and
amazing band, really.
And yeah, so we covered Sorry You're Not a Winner. That was like one of our like showpieces, and but that flash from the past. That.
So when was the arc then? So obviously first EP was 10 years ago. Is that right? Last Hounds was 2016.
Self-titled.
Yeah.
Oh, he said that with such joy in his heart.
Yeah.
Your eyes shone.
Yeah, those first two EPs were like, they're not really, I wouldn't say they're like the defining moments of Last Hounds, but we
are the first EPs ever.
Yeah, no.
Or the second.
Yeah, no. Definitely not. But we released our debut in 2021, and then...
Was that Burden?
Yeah. That was... Like, I loved that record.
That's a great album. Burden's a great album. And it's so weird because obviously, it's weird when I interview bands now, we all have the same thing collectively because we all have our COVID moments. So I'm assuming Burden would have been your COVID album.
Absolutely.
Yeah, basically.
So you had a good COVID.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? The album was basically written and mostly, like a lot of it was recorded pre-COVID, and that we just didn't feel like we could put it out because, well, we want to, give it our all to go out and do like tour with it, and so we thought, well, we'll hold off on putting it out. But what that gave us was, well, in hindsight, maybe too much time to think on it and sit on it and tinker and change things, but it made it what it is. One of the singles we filmed in all of our living rooms, didn't we? And so just because we couldn't leave our house, so it's like a little nod to what it was actually like in COVID.
Can I say, I love your videos. The smaller the space, the better your videos. You did one in the cafe. Which is the one in the cafe?
Yeah.
That's a new one. That's
a belting video. And also, I'm glad I don't own that cafe. No offense, just cleaning up that mess has been a nightmare. But I love the fact and there's the phone box scene, and then you go into the cafe.
Yeah.
No, well, you just hired a cafe after hours, or didn't even. or just
But
broke in?
Yeah, our guitarist, he's a manager of that coffee shop.
Yeah,
So
brilliant.
he was like, right, after hours, open the doors, get in, and just
smash it
ruin the place.
But weirdly, it works, doesn't it? I don't know, maybe because you're such kind of boisterous kind of live band that you in a confined space really works because the energy really kind of bursts out of the screen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that juxtaposition.
Yeah, it's really good. I love that video. I was like, what is this going on?
Yeah.
So going obviously, his first EP was 2016, as you say, not your first EP, but in a way it was. And then obviously we've come to the latest EP here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a 10-year arc. How have you kind of grown in those 10 years? I mean, keeping a band going at that level, because you obviously have to work, you also have to do day jobs. You had COVID in the middle where you couldn't even play live.
Yeah.
How do you keep that momentum going? There must be days in the back of the van where you think, what are we doing? I said this to kids in glass houses because they spent so long gestating before they ever had any kind of impact or power or clout. And I know you're kind of on the way up now. Yeah. But it must be some days to days you must be like, lads, existential crisis, what are we doing?
I have that every day.
Yeah, most. Yeah.
I bet though.
It's difficult. It really is, and I think you've just got to find the motivation when you, like we were talking about earlier, just moments where, you turn up to a city you've never played in to sort of headline a show, and people turn up and shout your music back, and it's like, this is why we do it.
Yeah.
And it's those moments are, quite often fleeting, and you sort of do the show and then you're back in the van again and you think, and then you just got to always bring yourself back to that moment. And it can be tough, but you just got to enjoy the people that you're doing it with. That's,
yeah, definitely. I mean, the past 3 years for this band have been the best time we've ever had, and we've had some great moments in the past 3 years, and just wouldn't change it at all.
Yeah.
Well, let's get up the first photo. Now then.
Oh, old school.
Didn't this guy run for London Mayor? When is this? This is obviously very early days, yes?
I wouldn't even be able to tell you what year that is.
It was pre-Burden.
It's probably maybe like 2018, something like that. Maybe early 2019.
Yeah, it was pre-Burden. I think it just encapsulates what we are as a live band.
Where did you get the bins, and did you have to give them back?
I mean, Mike's got this habit of just finding whatever he can in a venue to kind of entertain him and the crowd on stage, and
it's all for him.
Yeah, I'm sure they came from the dressing room. He just charged out, came back. They were on his head, and that was the show, really.
I like the fact that none of you are nonplussed either. You're both like, that's all right.
He's at it again.
Yeah, he's at it again. But also, I was reading an interview. I can't remember which one of you it was, that you played the Black Heart in Camden, which I know incredibly well.
Yeah.
And it was the first time somebody shouted out a song request to the band and then sang the words back, and that was which song was it? Can I ask? And when was this roughly? 1922?
Yeah. I wouldn't know when that was.
But you must have felt it though, because you've talked about it a few times since. That someone knew the words.
It's a strange moment, and we quite often worry when, as a band, we're like putting out requests. We just don't know what the crowd's going to be like. Is it our crowd? Is it? And whenever you ask a question, you always put yourself out there just to fall flat. And then when people shout back at you, you're like a little bit taken aback. And I think I'm pretty sure they requested "They Say." And and it wasn't on the set. We hadn't rehearsed it for a long time. We thought, well, we can't not play it now. As soon as
there's one person who wants it, let's give it to them.
They're going to get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It might be 50% there, but I think we nailed it. Fortunately.
Yeah, that's classic.
But
that's an edifying moment, though, isn't it, for the band?
Taking the mic off Mike, and
that's amazing. Well, conversely, and I know you've told the story a few times, but I do love it. You did play to an Elvis impersonator and an empty room. I have to ask that question. Was he a good Elvis impersonator?
He wasn't even dressed as Elvis.
What was he dressed? How do you know he's an Elvis impersonator then?
All he sang was Elvis.
Best answer on Songcake ever.
Yeah.
He wasn't even in his kit.
No, and we were told that our support act was an Elvis impersonator, and we thought, he better be good.
Yeah.
And he was the worst impersonator I've seen in my life.
No.
And I had a really bad stomach bug as well. I don't know if you remember. I was having a terrible time, and he sort of picked me out in the crowd and just started like.
He was performing to you,
trying to sit on my lap, and I was like, please don't. And it was a strange day. I don't think we've ever been back to Bradford, have we?
No, we've never been back to Bradford.
Tell us a little bit about this. Tell us what you were. It's like method acting, I imagine. What were you doing?
Just before we filmed, the idea was that we were going to have a bunch of people in balaclavas basically hunting down Mike. He was going to be trying to outrun us. And so
That sounds charming.
But as you said,
Yeah.
Mike's always ready for a double session of PE. So we were like, we've got to limber up to catch this guy.
Yeah, we had a terrible time.
Yeah, so we were like, right, balaclavas on, stretch and run, and we were filming like the cameras on the back of a car, and sort of Mike was running, chasing the camera, and we were chasing after him. But before that, we'd filmed like the first part of the video where we basically rough him up in the back of a Range Rover.
Yeah.
So it was his payback, really. He can't catch me.
It sounds like a Tarantino movie. And we're going to talk about Let Live in a moment. One of you mentioned, was it the Fake History album?
Yeah.
Which we'll go back to Let Live in a second. Great album, second album. I still love Let Live. I used to go and see them all the time, and obviously then they broke up. Thank God they're back. Why was that album so important to you?
It's because I would say we've always had this problem of being either the heaviest on the bill or the lightest on the bill. And I think that album kind of was the same for us in terms of like, I think sonically it's something that we've always kind of like looked at and been like, that's sick, how do we do that?
Yeah, it's heavy but keeping melody and
There's loads of melody,
choruses
that's the
that
thing,
sing.
especially live as well.
Yeah.
They really are melodic, it's quite surprising.
Yeah, and I think like a phrase that like follows them around is like the whole soul punks, and like kind of that sort of the soul and the feel of the music, and like, and actually a big thing for us is our live show, and watching Let Live do it live is, you know, it's all about
It's another world, isn't it?
energy and like sort of feeling the music. So yeah.
Do you think, well, I was going to ask you, so you're such a kind of colossal live band, do you think you've ever actually managed to capture that on record yet? I know it's a one-on-one question, but do you think you've ever managed to nail that?
I'd say we're nearly there.
Yeah, I think like as working with Mitch certainly was sort of was sort of a defining moment for us. Is that right? Okay, we can do it. It can work, and then we've sort of been trying to evolve how that, you know, what that looks like in practice. But I think we're certainly getting there, and I think just it comes down to the recording and like sort of playing it in a studio as if you were playing it live, and sort of you know, not, you know, hit your instruments, like really give it some, but yeah, I wouldn't say we're truly there. I don't think we ever will. Like, I think I don't know if it can be done.
Well, we'll find out.
This is excellent.
Yeah.
What is happening here? I think he's fallen off stage.
Are we allowed to say it?
Come
I mean,
on.
this was before a tour, and it was like, I don't know, maybe like 5-6 weeks before a tour.
Oh, this wasn't even on tour.
No.
We're about to go on to a UK tour. It was out like one of our sort of headline tours around. Was it about? I'm trying to think. It wasn't for Burden. Was it a little bit after that? But
No, I can't remember. But
either way, it's quite an important tour. We were headlining, and we get sent this photo. And we're like, Tom, that appears to be your foot in a cast. And he's like, yep. And
From the knee down as well.
yeah, it was a really bad ankle break, and he was he was skateboarding, and
That's cool. Don't shy away from that.
I don't know what he told his boss, you see. So we get that text, and we're like, Tom, why have you done that? And he's like, oh, there's a new skate park opened by me, and I had a spare half an hour, so I thought I'd just try it. Wow. Probably shouldn't have done.
No.
And but then
He seems pleased, though, I must say.
well, he was more annoyed about the fact they cut his dickies.
I was going to say his thousands have suffered there, haven't they, quite badly? And did you tour? Did you do the tour?
Yeah, so we had to push him around in a wheelchair.
On stage?
Yeah, he was on stage,
Alice Cooper?
literally, and then he had a stool, put him down, and then that wheelchair, and every time we opened the back of the van,
just like fly.
it was like a bear trap.
That's even better. So I'm going to hand you this. So this is your show and tell, so please open it up and explain to us what it is.
So this is a little...
It's massive as well.
Yeah, I'm going to have to stand up for this one.
Please do.
So this...
Oh, that is massive.
Yeah. So again, going back to Let Live. So this was...
It must be lovely as well having your name next to Let Live.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
So we went to Slam Dunk last year.
Yes.
And we walked into the festival site.
Can I say, I love the way you're folding it up as well. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's got to keep it.
Yeah, nice, of course.
Nice.
Keep it pristine.
Stolen goods got to be looked after.
Yeah,
So we walked into the festival site and just saw that on a big old fence, and I thought, I'm having that. Like, not only is it like, you know, Last Hounds, but Last Hounds and Let Live, and as we've said, like it was for us to be on the same show as Let Live was just like words couldn't explain it. So I was like.
And you stole it under cover of darkness, yes?
So we had to wait until people were like pouring out, and I literally, obviously didn't have a knife on me, so I got my car keys.
Of course you did, look at you.
And I literally got my car keys and I was like cutting the cable ties, and like people were like, I was getting some right funny looks, but I was like, honestly, it's my band.
Yeah. You're not in Let Live. No, you're not listening. That's amazing. And you are friends with Let Live now, though, yes?
Yeah, well, that's
now have a human connection with them,
yeah,
which is amazing.
Yeah, and again, just been able to like firstly play the show with them, but then obviously one of the singles we put out more recently was with Jason.
Yeah, of
and
course.
Just to have him on the track, and just that collaboration was, we'd never have dreamed of it, would we?
Well, I mean, yeah, not only that, he's our manager as well,
Yeah.
so it's pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Sort of getting involved in sort of, you know, some of the creative side of what we do, and you know, in terms of like branding and strategy, and he's, as he would put it, he's the woo-woo guy behind the scenes. So
I think of him as the woo-woo guy when I go to sleep at night.
Yeah.
But isn't it a weird thing? We'll round this up in a second. But I think like in 10 years ago, when you did that first EP, and now that you're now working with one of your heroes as well, a band that have informed your band, and now he's actually kind of mentoring you as well. That's an incredible journey, isn't it?
Crazy.
That's a beautiful arc. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
It really is. And I think that that show, when Mike was in with the bins on his head, there's a photo outside of the venue, and Mike's wearing his Let Live hoodie.
Oh, is it that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And so like the photo before that show was him wearing the Let Live hoodie, and then fast forward to
we
this
are full
now.
circle, yeah.
Yeah, and you just can't write it.
Chris and Ben, Last Hounds, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.